8radio.com.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. We are live, yes. Chuck and Bonnie.
You're all
I am
confused on
Chuck
what show we are now.
What show are we in? Two guys and a chick. Well, we still got a couple weeks left.
Okay.
Two guys and a chick.
I'm all confused.
I know you are. That's right. It's the blonde hair under there. That's all.
There is no blonde hair under here. Mm-mm. Not
Does
at
the
all.
carpet match the drapes? Close your mouth. What are you hunting for, flies?
Oh, my God. Wow. You don't ask people that.
Why not? I always do.
Man, that's terrible.
Why?
It is terrible.
Why is that terrible?
Because I said so.
Oh,
And that's
is that-
all that matters.
That's all that matters.
That's right.
That old gag. All right, so we've got some stuff. We got some stupid news. So how was your weekend?
My weekend.
What did you do?
I worked on Saturday and I watched movies on Sunday. I really didn't do anything.
I pretty much slept on Sunday. But
Yes, I know.
My weekend got started early last week, with the big bike ride.
Yes.
So we had the Wounded Warriors ride, and Town of Babylon Wounded Warriors ride. We went from the Town of Babylon all the way around the Town of Babylon, through this street, through that street, back and forth, all the way to I think it was Overlook Beach or something like that. It was like 26 miles. So the last leg of my journey, the 6 miles, was like I was going uphill. Because we had to cross the Robert Moses Causeway. So that was like 3 miles going up that hill there, going up the bridge. There's the beginning of it there, the festivities. But it was like I didn't know what was going on. Turned out I wound up with a flat tire by the end. I made it to the whole thing, but I wound up with a flat tire, a bent rim. So who knows? It was my girth because I bent the rim, or because the guy hit me at the last rest stop. I had
You've
a little
been
bit of
riding that bike
altercation.
for a while now.
That's true. So
And
I
you
twisted that rim up.
No, you've been riding it for a while and it hasn't twisted before. So I'm thinking it was the guy that crashed into you. Maybe it was the girth providing the backdrop for the guy to crash into,
Oh, maybe.
but it was not.
Combination of things. is what you're
Yes,
saying.
but it was not initiated by your girth.
Okay. Well.
I'll give you that at least.
Okay. Well, yeah, that was so. Yeah, these guys are pretty awesome. They come out, and there was a whole bunch of them this year. I was a little surprised because there wasn't a lot of people on the side of the road. Normally, there's a lot of people on the side of the
Like
road.
cheering you on kind
Cheering
of
you
thing?
on, yeah, waving flags, clapping. Everybody's got their hands out. You're slapping hands and stuff. The first year, the streets were packed.
Right.
It was like one big parade for 26 miles. The last leg, when you cross over to get to the beach, there wasn't a lot of people. But, going through all the towns and stuff, there were tons of people before. This was kind of thin. So, yeah, this was a great event to support the Wounded Warriors.
But the
And,
fire department was there for you, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We had a lot of people in the fire department, the Amityville Police Department.
And they were out there spraying,
Amityville Fire
spritzing you?
Department. Yes, that was one of the highlights for the riders.
Getting spritzed.
They were talking about that even further down the line. They're like, oh, that was great. Whatever town we went through, where they had the water, that was great. So they really liked that.
Because it was hot.
Yes, because it was hot. Drank like 4 gallons of water, from start to finish, I think.
Oof.
It was a hot one. But, it wasn't really that bad. It wasn't super bad, but, And then Sunday I slept.
Yes, you did. Most of Sunday you
Pretty
slept.
much I
yes.
slept, yeah. I was tired.
You missed all the TV I watched.
I'll get over it.
I know you will.
Oh, wait. I'm over it.
I figured as much. I don't think it even took you till today.
No, it didn't take me anything. I'm just being nice.
I know.
All right, so what do you got? We got the whole bunch of stupid news. I mean, of course, the big story.
Yes, the whole Casey Kasem
We'll
thing.
get to that towards the end of our stupid news segment.
Okay.
Would you want to lead with that?
I figured let's go right to Casey. I mean, that's the big story, right? It's
All right. Do some stupid news. Matt's got to do our thing.
Oh, you want Matt to do the thing?
Well, that is the idea.
Oh,
I like it. Tring.
okay. Well, the whole thing, has been going on for a long time.
I feel so bad for this. I'm gonna say it. I feel so bad for this poor bastard. I feel like I need to take care of this. You got to jump in there. This guy's been dead for a month, and his wife hasn't cleaned the body.
No, she kind of did.
What did she claim it? I call this body. Yeah, we all do.
No, she. Well, it goes back to actually last year. This is not just a month.
Something that just happened.
Right. This goes on for quite a while. Now I have.
Well, yeah, it's been going on with his whole sickness, and then, hey, where's Casey? He's missing. Nobody knew where he was.
Well, Casey wasn't missing in that he was out wandering the streets like everybody thought.
But that was the impression that they
That
gave.
was the impression they gave, but that's not actually what happened. What happened was the wife pulled him out of the nursing home that he was in against doctor's orders, okay? They said, he will probably die. If you take him out of here, he will probably die.
He's not going to make it.
No. They had him on all kinds of feeding tubes and all this kind of stuff. And she, yanked stuff out that was, surgically implanted.
Really?
Yeah.
Now,
And she took him out of there.
now, we really haven't said who she is.
Correct.
We know that she is Casey Kasem's wife.
Oh, yeah, she's not the wife. She's a wife.
Well, she's the wife, but go ahead, give us the whole lowdown on the wife.
Well, the wife is Jean Kasem. They've been married for 34 years, and Jean Kasem actually played Loretta Tortelli on Cheers, and then they had a spin-off. Loretta. So I have a little snippet of video of Loretta. Which kind of a perfect example of who she was and the character that she played. This is actually from the Tortellis.
Gives you the whole rundown, yeah.
Yes. So we can play that, and you get a little giggle out of that.
Take me back, please. Take me back. I'm begging you. Hey, this is a nice place.
Nick, I don't think
Before you say anything, I want you to know, since you last saw me, I've changed completely.
I don't know about that. The shirt is different, but the pants look the same.
I mean, I've changed as a person.
Don't try to talk me out of this.
You don't believe me? Okay, I'm going to prove it. The new Nick Tortelli is completely honest. You walked out on me because you found me in the shower with the Avon lady, and I told you we were trying out a new brush. Okay, I was lying.
I knew it.
How can you not love Nick Tortelli? Called me in the shower with the Avon lady. I told you we were trying out a new brush.
Nick was a funny guy.
His lines were written very well, and he delivered them good.
Yes. So anyway, that was Jean.
Loretta. That's
Yes.
So Loretta is Jean
Kasem.
Casey
Correct.
Kasem's wife.
Wife.
Awful wedded wife.
When did they add an H to wife?
Wife.
There's no H in wife. It's just wife. It's not wife.
Wife.
Yeah, what are you doing? You queefing the word?
No. Wife.
It's just wife.
It's hard to say.
No, it's not. Anyway, so that we know now. That's who she is. Now, there was actually a protest outside of their home in last year. Okay. This was pre-December. It was actually this protest. The friends and family who got together, they were basically just trying to make it possible for the kids and the friends to see Casey because she's blocking everybody.
I don't
from
get
seeing
that.
him.
I don't understand what the story is.
I don't really know exactly. Now, they were saying at one point that what he had was Parkinson's, but it turns out it's not Parkinson's. It's, the first word starts with an L. It's Leo something or other body dementia.
Okay.
Apparently, it's similar to Parkinson's, and it's dementia, and it's debilitating, and it's actually fatal. So it's not like, oh boy, brain just shut down. See, I have it apparently. Alzheimer's. It's not like Alzheimer's in that it will not kill you. This will actually ultimately kill you. What he had.
Really?
Yes. Where Alzheimer's just basically makes you stupid. This makes you stupid and then kills you.
Well, apparently they have a petition. I'm guessing it's the daughter, Kerry?
Yes, that's the daughter.
Yeah, so she's got an autopsy petition, and the hearing is set for July 25th. So I'm guessing that's why they really haven't done anything with Casey's remains.
Well, it continues to go on, okay? So a week after this protest at the house, the kids, there's three of them, but the main players in this are Mike and Kerry from the first marriage. There's also another one,
Okay.
but that one doesn't really do anything in this. But mainly Kerry filed for conservatorship over his health care and actually won. I don't know what the courts are thinking over there. It's like, oh, daughter has power. Oh, wife has power. Daughter, wife, daughter, wife. It's like nobody seems to know what's going on.
Nobody knows what's going on.
Right. So she got the conservatorship of his health care, and then in December, Jean made a visitation agreement with the kids, allowing them to visit him. Oh,
Visit.
certain times or whatever, they were allowed to come and see him.
Okay.
But then in May, that's when she just picks him up, takes him from the nursing home, and disappears with him. And that's when they thought that he was missing, in May.
In May.
Yes. He wasn't wandering the streets just, willy-nilly. She had him.
She had him.
Yes, she took him to a friend's house. And the reason why there was this whole, where is he kind of thing is because the kids were like, where's Dad? And he's missing, and the nursing home, and where'd they take him, and all that kind of thing.
Right.
So then, shortly after that, he ends up having to be hospitalized. Why? Because she was ripping surgical things out of him, the crazy person that she apparently is.
And got infected and so forth.
Right, and then he ends up in a hospital in Washington. But he also had bed sores and all kinds of other things
Because
too.
he's been in trouble for a while.
Yes.
He's been on the ropes.
Yes.
So now he's in Washington.
At that point, he's in Washington.
So now he
yes.
passes away.
Well, and then after all of that, he's in the hospital. While he's in the hospital, okay, they're worrying about what's going to happen and who's with them and all that kind of stuff. The wife then files papers saying that Kerry, the daughter, wants to donate his entire $80 million estate to the Church of Scientology.
The daughter says this.
The wife says the daughter wants to do this.
The wife says the daughter wants to do this.
Yes. The
Okay.
daughter says, no, that's not what's happening.
Not what happened.
Right, but this is, we're back in court. Dad's not dead yet. We're still trying to visit him, but let's just muddy the waters a little bit more. She then goes on to say that Kerry borrowed $630,000 from her father and owes him $1.3 million. I'm not sure I understand the math there.
Interest?
I guess.
Casey didn't get rich for nothing. I mean,
Yeah, I guess.
you got to do what you got to do, you know what I mean?
Shortly after that, apparently, he had it's not a DNR, but he had a thing saying, I don't want extra measures taken to keep me alive, like nutrition and fluids and all that kind of stuff, if I'm basically just going to be this vegetable.
That's a DNR.
Yeah, but that's a do not resuscitate. This is more like a, go ahead and pull the plug and starve me. Yeah, basically. So
Okay.
the judge at that point then rules that Kerry now has the right to withhold the fluids and the foods from him and let him go.
But where's...
He's on a feeding tube and that.
No, but Kerry
Yes.
is the daughter.
Yes.
Shouldn't the wife be in there?
You would think.
Wife?
Yeah. You would think. But somehow the judge now says Kerry has the ability and the authority to say that we can go ahead and starve him.
We can starve him to death.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Okay. So while
Guy's
they're
like
in
a
court,
pincushion.
again, Dad's not dead yet. They're in court over this. While they're in court, Jean then storms out of the courtroom screaming that the kids will have Casey's blood on their hands. There's like no class. There's no
Demeanor.
There's nothing with these people. They're just,
coot.
yeah, they're just a bunch of raging lunatics. Shortly after that, within a couple of days, obviously, he dies in a hospital in Washington.
Because he's not being fed, there's no fluids or nothing.
Correct. So then he's in the funeral home. The wife collects him or claims him or whatever from the hospital. He ends up at a funeral home in Washington. And she hasn't decided exactly what she plans to do with him.
A funeral home in Washington.
Yes.
From what I understand, he was still in the hospital morgue for a month.
No.
They didn't even pull him out of there.
No.
Now the report says that he was sent to a funeral home in Montreal.
Yes, well, that happens later. She claims him from the hospital. They send him to the funeral home in Washington. He's there for a little while, okay? The daughter says, I want to have this all checked out for elder abuse.
Right.
And she wants an investigation.
Autopsy, right.
And she wants an autopsy, all that kind of stuff. So now the judge grants her a temporary restraining order so that the wife can't go ahead and cremate him and, hide all the evidence, I guess.
Right. So meanwhile, the restraining order, the TRO was sent out, but now his body's supposed to be in Montreal, but the funeral parlor in Montreal says, no, we don't have him.
Well, that was one funeral home. The actual funeral home where they supposedly sent him, nobody has checked with. The news is so new that nobody has even checked with that funeral parlor yet to find out if he has arrived. But the funeral home in Washington says that he actually personally put him on the plane to send him there. So he is now in Montreal.
The funeral parlor, the
In
funeral home in
Washington.
Washington, put him on the plane to
go
send
to
him to
Mon-
Montreal.
Yes. But apparently he was going to
You're going
Montreal
to tell me
alone.
that Casey Kasem's on the carousel at the airport and nobody's picked up his body? Is that what you're going to tell me?
It could be.
He's stuck in the door there and all the bags are piling up behind him?
Could be.
This poor guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be like Weekend at Casey's.
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, he can't even get rest in death.
No. No.
Oh my goodness. I just feel so bad for everybody involved. What's
Well,
going on?
apparently she had planned to send him to Montreal right from the get-go
So
because
let's
the
say-
death certificate said he was going to be sent to Montreal.
Okay, so but either way, even if they go with this elder abuse thing,
Yeah.
who are they going to pin it on? What's the final outcome? They're not bringing him back from the dead.
No. No, but they can prosecute her, the wife,
Loretta.
They could prosecute her. They could keep her from collecting on the estate.
Oh, okay. It's all about the money is what it's boiling down
Well,
to.
yeah. Well, when it comes down to it, $80 million is a lot of money. That's certainly something, most people would be willing to fight over.
Okay.
Stop, looking around. There's no ghost here.
Don't be looking around. Oh, okay.
Matt's playing with the lights,
Matt's-
freaking.
I thought I was waiting for Staying Alive to come on, and I thought we was in a discotheque over here. All right, so
So that's
Casey's
the
okay.
word. Yes, Casey's okay.
he's still dead as far as we know,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. I don't think that's going to change. 82 years old. He had a good run. He's all right. But
He'll live on the airways forever, right?
Yes, that's the story as we know. Well, yeah, in Shaggy, he will live on forever in Shaggy.
And Shaggy?
Yeah. He was the voice for Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Yes. Did you know, by the way, that he actually backed out of doing the voice of Shaggy for a while? He was pissed off because they wanted to do a Burger King commercial.
Really?
Uh-huh.
And he didn't like burgers?
He was a vegetarian.
Oh.
So he refused to do the voice of Shaggy for a while until they decided to make Shaggy a vegetarian. Then he was like, okay, I'll do it.
Jeez.
That is a person who's really, really set in his convictions, that even the voices that he does has to be vegetarian.
My voice has to not eat meat.
Yeah.
Thank God he wasn't the voice of Wimpy. He'd beaten a tuna fish sandwich.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. So do you remember his catchphrase?
Shaggy?
No.
Oh, Casey.
Yes.
No, I gotta say no.
Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. You
Okay.
remember that?
I do. Now that you said it. Say it with gusto like he used to
That
do.
was basically how he said it. Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. It was like a, just,
That was his lead out.
yes. That was the end of the top 40
And the Casey Kasem's top 40 countdown.
every
Yeah.
Sunday morning.
Every Sunday morning, yep.
I used to look forward to that. Used to listen to it
Did
every
you?
week. Oh, yes.
It was a big deal.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Used to listen to it every week. All right, so I'm thinking we should probably take a quick little break,
Okay.
and we'll come back with some stupid news, and I have a rant.
You have a
I
rant?
actually have a rant, yes. I'm prepared with a rant.
Great. Can't wait. Awesome.
I know you're excited.
Okay. So we'll be back after a break.
Okay.
Thanks.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there. And we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Hey, this is Chris and Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
Paul Brown and the Killing Devils. Alternative progressive rock like you've never heard before. Over 1 million views on YouTube. New York City Village Voice says Paul is a gifted singer, songwriter, and musician with one of the best progressive rock bands on the planet. LA Underground Music Exchange calls him the only modern American band to cover every genre well. Pick up the albums Black Widow Tears, Red Spider, and The Wizard's Dawn, now on iTunes. And get to Facebook.com/Killing Devils to keep up with the latest info.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or a flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural,
And organic.
but strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice. And we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Hello.
And we are back. Two guys in a chick show?
Yes.
So what else you got from the stupid news?
Okay, well, staying in Washington, believe it or not, a man is actually, he really, really didn't want to get into a fight with his girlfriend.
Okay.
Really bad. Really didn't want to.
Really didn't want
So much so that as they were driving down the street, he jumped out of the car. Just
I've been there.
really, you've jumped out of a moving
No,
car.
I've been ready to. Absolutely. When I just don't want to hear people talk anymore. Or throw them out of the car, one of the two.
Well, apparently she was driving. So he
That
just,
doesn't stop me.
he just didn't want to be in that fight anymore, so he just bailed right out of the car. And unfortunately, right behind them was a police car just driving right behind them.
And a cop whacked him.
Well, no, that would have been really funny. No, he then followed the girlfriend around, like, what the heck's going on? And she flat refused to pull over. So then what happened was she got over back near the guy and she slowed down. She still wouldn't stop. Slowed down enough so he could jump back in the car through the passenger window and then continued to drive around. I'm guessing while the two of them continued to fight while driving. Finally, she pulls over, and it took him a while to actually be able to arrest her because she still wouldn't get out of the car.
Really?
Really, she really, really, really wanted to not get arrested, apparently.
Apparently. Well, who does?
Yeah.
Normally people don't have that on their to-do list.
Get arrested?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of once the cops are following you, the lights going, the whole bit,
It's time?
it's time. Yeah. Stop. That's usually what that means. It's time to stop. She is charged with attempting to elude a pursuing police vehicle. Couldn't charge her with anything else. I mean, he jumped out.
Failure to,
Buckle in your guest. I don't
failure
know.
to communicate. Well, yeah, get him for a seatbelt violation, nail him.
Yeah, but that's him, that's not her.
That's true.
Yeah. Can't get him for that one. Okay. So you got something?
I do.
Okay. There you go.
Apparently, a Congress is officially less popular than the worst Star Wars character ever.
Really?
Yes.
Congress is worse than the worst.
Right. The worst Star Wars character is Jar Jar Binks, who appeared in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I'm sure they'll talk about this on Nerdgasm. And correct me if I'm wrong. But apparently, he was disliked by 37% of the respondents when they did the survey. Whereas Congress right now apparently is hated by 69%. They have a 69% disapproval rate. So they're hated more than the worst Star Wars character. How bad is that? When you're not even more popular than Jar Jar Binks.
See, I didn't see that episode of Star Wars, so I really don't know
Yeah, I
that much
didn't see
about
that
that
one.
character, but I would really think that, Jabba the Hutt would be a worse one.
But he's liked.
Jabba the Hutt?
Why would he be hated?
Jabba the Hutt?
Jabba the Hutt.
He was a big slug.
Yeah, but Jar Jar Binks is worse. He's the.
I
the
know, but
wor-
that's what I'm saying. I don't understand that because Jabba the Hutt was pretty bad.
Well, it's not whether he was bad or good. It's the liked, the popular. He's officially the worst Star Wars character.
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised because Jabba the Hutt was pretty bad, so Jar Jar Binks got to be really bad.
You're gonna have to call into Nerdgasm and ask their opinion. I'm
Apparently.
sure they'd be able to give you.
Because I have no intention of watching that Star Wars movie.
I would venture to say they probably could pull the statistics right out of their hat.
Probably.
That would be my thought. So yes, Nerdgasm tonight at 10 o'clock for all your nerd needs.
Yes. Well, moving along, Saginaw, Michigan has decided, the sheriff at the jail there has decided that the prisoners will no longer wear the typical orange prison jumpsuits.
Okay, why? They're like another pink color?
Well, they've come up with the theory that the jumpsuits are actually too cool.
Orange is too cool now because
Yes.
it's getting to be the cool color.
Well, because there's a new TV show, Orange is the New Black,
Who
Okay.
said that?
That's the name
Oh,
of
the
it.
name of the TV show, Orange is the New Black.
Orange
yeah.
is the New Black, and it's revolves around a prison.
Of course it is.
And there's been a number of music videos, if I'm not mistaken, where people are wearing the orange jumpsuits. So they've actually come up with the theory that they're a little too cool. So this particular sheriff has decided that he's not going to use the orange ones anymore. We're going to switch. Can you guess what they're switching to?
Pink.
No, even better. I love this. The original black and white stripes.
Really?
Yes.
Awesome. Very retro. That's in now.
He says that people do not want to wear the black and white stripes.
No?
Nope, that's what he says. They don't
Really?
like it, and people don't wear it, so that's the way they're going to go. And he says apparently the prisoners also don't like it. They've been very vocal about it, telling them that they don't like it. So his answer to them is, well, if you don't like wearing it, don't go to jail. That's what he told them. He says, you don't
That's
like
true.
the food, don't come back. You don't like the clothes, don't come back. I think that's pretty good.
How about this one?
Yes.
Now, where do they have pink jumpsuits for their
Arizona.
Arizona, right?
Yes.
That's the 10-city jail in Maricopa County.
Yes.
Joe Arpaio. Arpaio?
Arpaio.
Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
Yes, he's apparently
The
been.
pink jumpsuit guy.
Yeah, they don't like him very much, and some people don't like him very much because he makes them wear pink and
Sleep in tents.
yes.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, how about this one? You want to keep it on the same type thing? Apparently, this Fox host, the host of Fox and Friends on Wednesday, was shocked to learn that emergency responders were forced to serve non-English speakers in life-threatening situations, even if the callers were suspected of entering the country illegally.
I don't understand. Say that again.
The hosts of Fox and Friends on
Yes.
Wednesday,
Uh-huh.
okay, were shocked to learn that emergency responders were forced to serve non-English speakers in life-threatening situations, even if the callers were suspected of entering the country illegally. So if they're illegals, the hosts of Fox and Friends were very shocked to find out that the emergency responders have to help illegals.
Really? Would they been living under a rock?
That's what I'm thinking, right? Apparently, they stumbled across the border illegally, and now they need your help.
Surprise!
Fox News host Steve Doxey.
I don't know, something like that. Dookie?
He complained, pointing to a 911 call in Brooks County, Texas, where a man who could only speak Spanish asked for a helicopter rescue because his cousin was turning purple.
Let him turn purple. That's all I can say about that. Let him turn purple.
Okay, so you're on board with this guy.
Yeah. Seriously, I'm sorry, okay? I don't want to start a whole different rant. My rant is about something completely different, but you're here illegally. You're not supposed to be here. There's no permission. There's no anything. We don't even know who the heck you are, and now all of a sudden we're supposed to take care of you? No. Go back to your own country. See if your mom will take care of you.
Well, we don't know where this guy was, but it says Texas. It says Brooks County, Texas.
So they were from Mexico.
Maybe.
Absolutely. In Texas, they're from Mexico. In New York, they're Puerto Rico, and a number of other places. In Texas, it's Mexico. I mean,
Well,
where
that's
the
what he
border
said.
is.
He said here, a small Texas town, forced to answer 911 calls from stranded illegals in Spanish, he exclaimed,
Dum, dum, dum.
"Ay caramba!"
Yeah, what's Spanish for get out? Adios.
Hasta la vista.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know, something, but get him out. Send him back.
I don't know. There's a mess going on over there. Honestly, I haven't even been paying attention, so I can't even talk.
Personally,
I can't even talk.
a fence is not going to work. So here's what I think we should do. I have a new plan. This one is really going to get me in trouble. But I have a plan. We can't do a fence, so what we do.
All right,
we set it up as a
remember,
big,
we take two separate vehicles, so if a car bomb is your choice, make sure it's the one she's driving. Okay?
We set it up like a game. Spread a bunch of like landmines out.
Didn't we do that already?
No, spread a bunch of landmines out. If they can make it through the landmines, they can stay. If they set off the landmines, oops. Oh well. But they need to be big ones. I need to blow them into like little pieces. I don't want to, just like injure them and then I have to take care of them. No, I want to blow them up. And I'm not talking like one every 40 feet. I'm talking like
A
hopscotch.
line of them.
Yes, I'm talking like you have to like bounce around.
So you just want to see red rain everywhere is what you're talking about.
I don't want to, but it seems like it's the only option.
I don't know. What do you do with that?
At some point, that country has to be empty.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's that old joke, right?
All the Mexicans in here, so we go there?
What do you mean, oh my? You never heard that old joke? The white guy? Okay. White guy, a black guy, Spanish guy, walking along the beach. They come across a lantern. They grab the lantern, they start rubbing and cleaning the lantern. A genie comes out. He says, each of you get one wish, right? So says to the Spanish guy, says, what would you like? He says, I'd like to be back in my country with my people. Let me a country. He goes, poof, he's back in his country. Says to the African-American guy, he says, what would you like? He's like, I'd like to be back in my country and everything is fine with my people. Poof, he's back in his country. Says to the white guy, he says, what would you like? He looks around, no Spanish guys, no African-Americans. He goes, let me get a Coke.
So bad.
Why is that bad? It's just, it's an opinion.
Just remember, we drive two different vehicles. Oh God. Yeah. No, I think I like the landmine game. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's more humane.
Please. All right. So I think we need to take one quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll do my rant.
You do your rant?
Yes, I have something to talk about.
All right, and we'll go to the email bag.
Okay.
We'll be back after this.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or a flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural,
And organic.
but strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice, and we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
Hey, this is Chris Less Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
And we are back. Yes, two guys and a chick. Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
Boo. Doodle lips in the chat. Everything feels fine now. Our life is good.
Life is good. Doodle Lips is here.
Doodle lips is here. Everything is good now.
Okay.
He says, does a Spanish person have an accent in the South? I don't know.
What do you mean, does it have an accent in
A
the
Southern
South?
accent.
But they are South.
No, like if they're down south. You know, like a Southern drawl. Does a Spanish person have a Southern drawl?
Not if they were born somewhere else, no.
They probably could come up with one, right?
Well,
Could be interesting.
they'd have to like live in the South for a while and kind of acclimate to that.
Pick it up and then they'll start saying trailer and
Right, exactly.
kind of like you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so again, give the people your rant. What's the story?
Okay.
What's the story, Jerry?
Okay, well, I just heard about this recently. Apparently, at a Brad Paisley concert in the
Oh,
past few
okay.
days, there was a woman there in what he calls the pit, which I guess is apparently real close to the stage.
Right,
And under
down
the
front.
stage, under the stage, he's got all of the subwoofers and stuff. And Brad Paisley is a little bit of a more rockin' kind of country singer. Okay, he's not like, Southern drawl a lot. He's
Okay.
a little more upbeat.
A little more heavy.
Yes. So he's got the subwoofers and everything
Sure.
underneath the stage. And then in the pit is this woman with a baby. And she was asked to leave the concert. She goes on to claim that the reason that she was asked to leave the concert was because she had been breastfeeding at the concert in public.
Yeah.
Okay. It turns out that was not the case at all.
No, I read the article as well, and that was definitely not the case. Honestly, when I first read, the headline, mother asked to leave a concert for breastfeeding. I'm like, first thing that popped into my head was, what is she doing there with a baby?
Well, that's what I love about Brad Paisley. Basically, that's exactly what he said. He said, why would you bring a 6-month-old or whatever age this baby was to a concert and have it in the pit where its ears could be damaged?
Right, because he can't cover up. He's not going to know to cover up his own ears.
Right. It turns out it was a 4-month-old.
That's even worse.
Right. Now, the police actually went there, or the security or whatever, actually said to her, they asked her to leave or to move to another area further back where she would not, one, potentially hurt the
Right.
hearing of the baby, or
Right.
two, if people rush the stage, potentially
Get
stampede
hurt.
it.
Right. Get hurt in the crowd. Well, that was my thing, and she was upset because she decided to take her money back for a ticket, which they gladly gave her, when she should have just took another spot. They probably would have put her in like a VIP booth or something.
Yeah.
Give her a nice spot.
Right,
And
apparently-
she had her 10-year-old daughter with her,
Yes.
and apparently they're both in tears because they had to leave. Well, you didn't have to leave. You made the choice on your own.
Who
But
brings a 4-month-old to a
who
concert,
brings
period?
a 4-month-old to any concert, period, ever?
Right.
Bottom line.
That's the first thing.
I mean,
she's,
never.
She's in
Should never
tears
happen.
asking them, prove to me that this is going to hurt my baby's hearing.
I'll prove it to you. I'll tell you this. As a sound engineer, typically concerts, country's no different than rock, but typically concerts at the mixing board is somewhere around, they push it, normally around 108 dB, somewhere in the neighborhood. Just to give you an idea, 126 dB is a threshold of pain, and a jet engine is like 134. All right, so you're close to hurting your ears there.
Yeah.
You get some heavy duty stuff going on, you're very close to, especially a baby.
And Brad Paisley actually went on to say that on the rare occasion that my 2 kids are here at one of my shows, they are wearing
Earmuffs.
ear protection to completely block it all out. He says, and they're back by the mixing board, which he goes on to say is about 100 dB right there. So
Right.
he's agreeing
Exactly.
with you 100%.
Right.
That yeah. So that was part of it, was why would you do this? But then I went on to think about it. I'm thinking about it, going, okay, wait a minute. She's upset because she was asked to leave, supposedly because she was breastfeeding in public at a concert. I would have done the same. Even if if it wasn't the pit, it wasn't the noise, blah, blah, blah. Get out. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me. I don't want to see that. Look at that. I don't want to see that.
Was that the concert?
No, that just happens to be somebody breastfeeding. I don't know who the woman is. I don't know who the baby is. I don't care. I don't want to see that. That to me is icky. It makes me very uncomfortable.
Well, you did coin a phrase, nipples are stupid.
Yeah. I don't want to see that. I don't know, to me that's gross. And I read several articles today getting information for this whole thing, and I read many people's comments, it's a natural function, it's feeding the baby, blah blah blah. You can eat in public, why can't the baby eat in public? I'm not latching on to somebody's private parts.
Well, let me tell you this. Sex is a natural thing, too, but apparently you can't do it at St. Patrick's Cathedral. They frown upon that.
Exactly.
So, I mean, there's certain things we just can't do.
There are a lot of things that are natural functions. Farting is a natural function.
That's true.
And in polite society, we do it away from other people. Because we're polite. That's what we do. We don't eat with our mouth open because it makes other people uncomfortable. We don't do a lot of things because it makes other people uncomfortable. Not because it's illegal, just makes people uncomfortable. And then I'm reading these people, and I see people on both sides of that. One saying that, it should be allowed, and it's the law, and blah, 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 and if it makes you uncomfortable, you've got a problem. And then I see the people saying, it makes me uncomfortable, you should do this someplace more private, or cover up a little bit, or whatever.
Right.
So
Makes me uncomfortable. I just don't want to see it.
Both sides of the spectrum I'm seeing there. And I thought about it, I said, okay, wait a minute. If I'm seeing both, there's definitely people who feel the way I do, and there's people who feel the other way. Why is it that the people who are uncomfortable have to deal with it? Why do we have to change for the ones who want to do it? Now, I understand that them breastfeeding in public is not hurting anyone. I get that. They're not, endangering me in any way. But why do I have to go through my day uncomfortable when you could very easily toss a scarf over your shoulder to cover yourself and the kid? I'm not saying go, into your car or go home or whatever. Toss a scarf over your shoulder. Just, cover up a little bit. Be a little more decent about it.
Yeah.
Why do I have to stare at that?
Right.
Well,
Well, here's a question for you. I mean, if you went to a nude beach, would you be uncomfortable?
absolutely.
So that's why you don't go.
Right.
But you have a choice.
Right.
It's not like you go to any beach and they're all nude and you don't
And
have
that
a
was
choice.
yet another statement I saw. I have a choice where I am, but I'm sitting at the airport and the woman across from me, she's whips it out and a kid hanging off of her. And the person actually answered that and said, well, you could get up and walk away. Yeah, I could, but also that woman doesn't have to whip it out and go, look at me.
Right.
She could be a little discreet about it.
Could go into the restroom or something.
Again, even if you don't want to do that, you want to stay in that chair where you're comfortable, you want to be close in case they call the plane, whatever, throw a scarf over you. It doesn't even have to be a blanket. It could be a very lightweight scarf. Because not only am I uncomfortable with this, it's like my inner 3-year-old wants to come out. And it's that, I'm assuming that everybody has one. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. But I want to just start going, does that hurt? What does that feel like? Is that okay? And I want to stare at it. I want to ask 9 million questions. And that makes me uncomfortable that I'm making the person uncomfortable.
Well, one of the things that I thought about was that even though you're breastfeeding, don't they still do the breast pump thing and you still get the breast milk? Is that the same deal or not?
It's the same
I
quality.
mean, so when
same
you're out in
value,
public,
yeah.
you can't have it in a baba that you can just
You can
plug in and
it's
be
a
done
little
with
more
it?
difficult because you have to spend the time doing that, and it's not like you go to the refrigerator and pull it out and there it is.
No. I understand
It's-
you have to do the pump and put it in the bottle and things like that. But
And it only shows up a little bit at a time, so you pump out a little bit, and then you got to wait for more to fill up, and then you got to pump out a little bit and wait for more to fill up. I get all of that. It's
what does the
uncomfortable.
baby do when he's hungry?
He takes what he needs and then he's done. But you're empty then.
What about if he's waiting for it to fill up?
Usually when he's hungry, you've filled up by then.
Really?
Yeah. There's not a lot of extra. So it's difficult. I get that it's difficult, but it's not hard. And people were talking about, oh, it's hot. And, what if it's 90 plus degrees out? You want to be putting a blanket over the kid. I get it. There's really, really lightweight, like pashminas or something that you can throw over
Ooh, a
yourself.
pashmina. Say that again.
Pashmina.
Pashmina.
It's a very lightweight scarf, basically. It just provides a little bit of decorum.
All right,
to
a little bit of
Decorum.
boundaries. Yeah.
That's all I'm asking for. A little bit of decorum. I don't want to see your boobies. That's all it comes down to. Anyway,
That's it. No boobies for Bonnie.
because
But-
nipples are stupid.
You know, boobs are not stupid, but you can still walk topless in New York City.
And that makes me uncomfortable as well. I don't think that you should be able to walk around topless.
No?
No, I don't. I don't want to see saggy boobies just bouncing around all around the street.
What about if they're nice ones?
I don't want to see it. I want to see it when I want to see it. I don't want it to surprise me. That's what it comes. I don't want it to surprise me. I mean, why is that so bad? I want to
Walking
see a
down-
horror movie when I want to see it. I don't want a mouse to jump out at me.
Walking down the street.
Exactly. That's what it comes down to. All right, so where are we getting? We have announcements, and Matt is going to give us this announcement, but I don't know where
It's
he's going to put
secret.
it. No, I don't
No.
know. We have no screens.
No, my
whatsoever.
teleprompters are totally dark. They're so dark, it's sad.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Matt broke it. There it is. Gina broke it.
What was she doing with
Oh,
my
she was
teleprompter?
very, she was very excited.
What, was she rubbing up against it or something?
No, and she announced our announcement today. She was,
What, did she grab it and start swinging it around? How did she break it?
I don't know. So go ahead.
I wrote this. I know what it says.
Then
Go
read it.
ahead, read it.
All right. The InRavio.com TV network is proud to unveil that we have partnered with the Dish Network, Xbox 360, Roku, and Netflix to broadcast InRavio shows on their networks to over 160 million homes, as well as broadcast their content on InRavio. So look for us there in the upcoming months.
So how many were there?
How
You
many
got
what?
Dish, Xbox 360, Roku, and who's the other? Netflix, so there's 4.
Uh-huh.
All right, add 11 more to that.
Okay. I can't name them. But
No,
anyway,
you can't name them because you don't know what they are.
that's right.
But there's a lot more coming.
So that's pretty much it for us, but we have Nerdgasm coming up at 10 o'clock tonight, and they are talking, I have no idea what they're talking about tonight, but I'm sure it's going to be good.
Nerdy stuff.
Nerdy stuff, yeah. And we'll ask him our Jar Jar Binks story.
Well, it's going to be, I think it's Dave with JoJo and JoJo's sister, right?
oh,
It's going to
okay.
be a girl fest tonight. Maybe get the Jello out and get them wrestling or something. I don't know.
Oh, boy. Yeah, wrong show. All right, so that's
Wow,
it for
what
us.
show would that be on?
All right, so that's it for us. Definitely come back at 10 o'clock for Nerdgasm, talking about all things nerdy.
Yep. Thanks for joining us. Tell your friends. We'll see you next week. And Rick Everly should be back next week with
This weekend, last week.
Rick Everly.
See you later, bye.
Peace.
In Review.